Hello guys, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez, coming at you with an Earth 2 update video. So much stuff has happened since last night. Even the script that I wrote like 8 hours ago is completely... So, I'm going to make corrections where I can. Gambling. In this game, before I get into gambling, Patreon, everything down below. I'm not going to have time to respond for many questions for many, many hours, starting today, every day. New tiers in Patreon. Gambling. In the game Neopets, you could bet or challenge any certain amount of credits in the game, and if you win, you get the odds what they were for in-game currency. There's many games that you could bet credits on, but because it was in-game currency, it wasn't considered gambling. Same with Pokemon and casinos in the first two generations. It was all Poké Dollars. They obviously took it out because they didn't want to encourage gambling in the later generations. But a buddy of mine said that he wants to make a casino, and I will totally visit every day. And technically, this whole thing is a gamble. You could have, even the developers have said, we suggest to people who need more information is to hold off buying land until we release more details. That's literally the developers telling you not to spend unless you're absolutely comfortable. They're currently delaying announcements such as the who the new team members are, the terrain system, video, etc., as they both want to create more. They don't want to create more hype until they're better prepared to handle what could be a larger influx of people. The live Twitch feed and what to expect announcement will be posted early next year. As far as the gambling is concerned, that's just a way around it. If you have gambling in there, you could gamble with credits. That's why I think they also reserve the right to make their own cryptocurrency. So this way, oh no, you're not gambling with US dollars, you're gambling with this cryptocurrency. We made it up. But obviously that will have real ramifications. That'll have value in the real world as well if you decide to take it out via crypto into your Coinbase. You might be able to do it into PayPal's Venmo. You can do it with PayPal already. The Square company's Cash App, or many other things that could just ACH it to you. As far as investing is concerned, a lot of people won't spend a penny in something unless they know all the details. This is important because many money managers who manage millions for millionaires might not have made the monetary decision to buy Tesla until they were included in the S&P 500. Okay, so these are people that work for companies worth billions and billions of dollars, and they lost out on billions just because of the rules of investing and not to do something unless it's a sure thing, it's too volatile. The same principle applies here. Okay, there are going to be whales coming in that can throw around six figures like it's nothing. We haven't seen it yet, but same, don't forget, some people also don't get out of bed for six figures. They are worth nine figures, and they're like, six figures is nothing to me. User Usman Rand spent about 35 grand in just a few hours last night as I was writing this. Their liquid net worth, if the general rules of investing applies, don't spend more than 5% of your liquid net worth, is around $750,000. Because again, most investors won't put more than 5% of their liquid net worth into anything. So 750 grand that is liquid in his account, what he can spend, not including whatever else he has. Some people might say, well, people will be priced out. And yes and no. Some people are already priced out, of certain tiles, certain places, but you should be able to play the game and not own any tiles at all. You should be able to go in there. You could walk around, collect resources from people, and they get a little bit something because you collected a resource on their land. Again, you're not going to be able to have management over 10,000 tiles. It's just, that's so much land to cover. You're not going to be able to do it all at once, even if this is the only thing you're doing. Let's say you're injured, you're on unemployment, or you're retired. This is the only thing that you're doing. You can't manage 10,000 tiles. It's just so much land to cover. But you should be able to go in, play the game, not have a piece of land, and you should be able to collect resources and then rent out somebody else's tiles that they're not using and build on that. It could be similar to Tom Nook and Animal Crossing, where everyone gets a little something. Maybe that's something that they have. If you play a game, yeah, you go a little bit on a tile. and maybe you share a tile. I don't know how it's going to work exactly, but I don't think you need a home or a tile to be able to play. You should be able to go there and just enjoy yourself. Um, Now, Usman Rama, the one who I mentioned before, actually spent another $7,000 after I went to bed tonight, changed his name to UZIX, and now he's worth $41,000. That's how much credits he's put into the game. M&E Rack is at $31,000. This is someone that put in $31,000 after I went to bed. And E2 the boss is in third place at $27,000. These accounts did not exist in the last 8 hours. Again, I went to bed definitely before 12, but this is the type of thing that's happening. Like I said, whales are coming. If you, again, depending on what you want to buy, there's still places out there like Yemen. I bought it 10 cents yesterday. You could probably get it for 12, 15 cents a tile, something like that. I did buy a little bit in Qatar, not because of any rhyme or reason. I just bought a piece of the flight line. I thought it was fun. Just I want a piece of every single flight line that's on Qatar and the IED. Speaking of orders of things, there's 1346 a tile right now as of the making of this video in the U.S. That is, God, that's insane. That is insane. I don't know when that'll stop. The growth keeps going. Some people speculate around $20. Then it'll stop. But some people spend $60 on a game. Some people spend hundreds on systems. There's no reason to think that people aren't going to continuously spend money on this just because they know the potential of it, what you might be able to do. Now, similar to Lord Sidious in the Star Wars prequels, spoilers for this, who got the clones for the Jedi, but secretly coded in them to switch sides when executing Order 66. Press F in the chat to our fallen comrades. The same thing could happen here when it seems like 2 or 3 big players are on different sides. Maybe they're warring with each other, maybe they're just like kind of China and Russia in real life. For the most part, they leave each other alone unless they're going in on certain things together. And it could be a huge plot twist where suddenly, oh, Team Valor, Team Instinct, Team Mystic, they're separate teams. And now, what? They're the same person and they're working together? That could be one of the hugest plot twists. Again, right now, just because they're the top 3, again, most likely different people, but they could be the same person. This is something where someone could do this out of a couple of different companies. Let's say he's got, or she has like 3 or 5 different companies, wants to have one because of the growth potential in this for each one, and you split your, it's less taxes you have to pay because you could put $100,000 in one, and let's say it doubles in a week because it can. Short-term capital gains tax they have to pay on that is going to be 35%. But if you split it up into 3 places or 5 places and put $20,000 each, and it doubles $20,000 capital gains tax, you don't have to pay taxes on anything below $20,000 through PayPal. At $20,000, they hand you a 1099. So if you do 5 different accounts and they do $19,000 each, you don't pay any taxes on it, as opposed to short-term capital gains tax of $100,000 inside of a year that is like 35%. So you pay $35,000. You either pay $35,000 or you could do this where you don't pay anything. I just thought that was very interesting. For those of you that don't know, again, this is why you create companies, help save from the big bad tax man. I love you all. Please come. Oh, also, stimulus check that was signed yesterday by President Trump. Everyone is going to get $600. There's a whole bunch of everything else that people are going to get, but there was a bump in Pokemon cards when people got stimulus checks, and now I honestly do believe, even though it's only half the amount, it's only $600 instead of $1,200, that a lot of people are going to be like, you know what, this is free, this is found money, I'm just going to put it into the game, I'm just going to let it ride. If people don't need it, if that's just what's going to happen, it's like, I don't really need it, I'm just going to probably throw it into this game, maybe it grows to something, maybe it goes down to 0, at least I took my shot. That's going to be the mindset for a lot of different people. A lot of different people, again, the one millionaire I know in this game, put like $200 into it, texted me last night, WTF, because he had it on, I think, Wednesday of last week. I don't know if it was Christmas Eve or was it the day before then. Put $200 in it, wakes up last night, I guess it doesn't check it until last night, grew 76%. He's like, WTF? Because again, he's in the financial world, something that has rules where you don't really make more than 11% a year unless you're doing like innovative companies and you're trading. That could be one thing. But he's like, so I don't know how much he's going to be able to spend this week because he's like, he sees the numbers in it. Once you again, that's just a millionaire putting $200 in there. I don't know what's going to happen when multiple millionaires worth multiple like are able to spend $1 million like it's nothing. Again, it's very hard to do that now because you have to buy tile after tile after tile. Only buy 750 tiles per turn, but that's just something that I thought was interesting. Be prepared. Large influx of money. It's not financial advice. This is just what I'm doing. I put in as much as I can. I love you all. Class dismissed. Patreon. Referral code.